Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brandon Cory Alexander alongside my broadcast partner at this time is Dr. Eric Christopher, and we are live at Tanner's Lakeside. Dr. Eric, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Brandon. It's one of those rare winter cold nights here in Florida, but if there's one thing I know is going to heat this place up, it's some pro wrestling action.
Absolutely.
So let's get it going.
Brought to you by Monsters in the Morning 104.1. This is actually a tournament that we are hosting here at Tanner's Lakeside for the Monsters World Order Championship. The winners of these matches tonight will go on to Earth Day, Birthday, and multiple other different scenarios and occasions, and we will eventually crown an MWO Men's Champion. Right now we have PAPI D in the ring with SLADE Porter, the Private Eye, and the guy with the pants.
The pants.
The pants.
If there's one thing I'm excited for, it's to scream about those pants.
PAPI dude doing some very weird investigating of his own right now. Trying to check out the Private Eye. Assess the situation. SLADE Porter has built a little bit of a different character going into some of his most recent matches, a little bit more serious, if you will.
Absolutely. I mean, as you're a private eye, you're doing all these investigations. You got to get down to business, and so he takes things very seriously. I appreciate that as the good doctor.
Absolutely. Got like a wrist lock going on here. Oh, nope. Test of strength by both men, trying to show the tenacity to see which one's going to make it out first. Oh, looks like SLADE Porter. SLADE Porter being the stronger of the two individuals right now. Referee David Checkity says no.
PAPI D showing a little bit of fight early on here.
Look at that. PAPI D muscled his way into a cover and only a 2 count. And another 2 count.
Just wearing down his opponent with each kick out.
Did you see the core strength of SLADE Porter to bridge up out of that?
Both of these men are in such incredible shape. This is going to be a good one, Brandon.
Oh, monkey flip toss over. PAPI D is electric right now.
Are we going to get it?
Oh, no, not quite. Not quite.
SLADE Porter spoiling it for me.
The pants! The pants!
The pants are off of PAPI D!
It is cold out here at Tanner's Lakeside, but you cannot tell by this match right now. I mean, I think things are heating up.
It's getting cold. PAPI D's getting hot. Let's go.
PAPI D just doing push-ups on his opponent, making a mockery, and a good spanking to go along with it.
Slapped him right on the tuchus.
Tuchus, that's a good one.
It was either that or Heine.
SLADE Porter might suffer a bruised rectum after that. And a drop kick. PAPI D out of nowhere with it. This crowd is electric. You could feel the warmth coming off of all the energy of these people.
I thought it was coming off of PAPI D.
It might be. I'm not entirely sure, but thank goodness for what little warmth we have here on, like you said, this rare Florida winter. According to the weather report here, it is 46 degrees here in Florida. It is 96 degrees in that ring right now.
You say that temperature, and I wonder, why did he take off the pants?
I have no idea. If it were me, I would have kept my pants on.
That's what I'm saying. Questionable decisions by PAPI D, and maybe SLADE Porter's taking advantage of that. The blood's not circulating the right way. He's going to go after PAPI D.
And speaking of getting your blood circulating, you know what gets my blood circulating is PWA's Hooray for Hollywood on January 25th. You can check out all of Pro Wrestling Action's social media to get more information on when you can get tickets for that show. It is something you're not going to want to miss. Trust me when I say that. You can bank on it.
Speaking of Banks, later tonight we got Blake Banks in action, taking on Max Danziger in another tournament match for that NWO Men's Championship.
If you're gonna say it, you gotta say it correct. It is the platinum-selling rock star coming off of a highly successful world tour, Max Danziger.
I figured his head was already too big. I didn't want to make it any bigger.
Speaking of big heads, we got SLADE Porter over here just throwing rights and lefts. Whips PAPI D into the corner, forearm shot.
Going up, high risk.
Middle rope here, high risk, high reward, and a nice shot to the jawline, the very beautiful jawline of PAPI D.
Only a 2 count there for SLADE Porter.
I was able to tell that that was a 2 count by the very beautiful gloves that referee David Sanderson has on.
The only man in Florida probably wearing gloves tonight.
I don't know about that, but yeah. With those gloves specifically.
Yeah, those ones specifically. We got to make fun of David Sanderson at some point. So welcome to the party, guys.
Oh, stiff midsection kick. PAPI D going for the rib cage. And now some get back by SLADE Porter. Oh, these two men are really pulling out all the punches, no pun intended, here tonight at Tanner's Lakeside. Cover by Porter, and 1, 2, not quite enough to put him away. What a crazy way to open up this showcase that we have for you here tonight at Tanner's Lakeside. Brought to you by Monsters in the Morning 104.1.
Real radio.
Real radio. I can't do the radio voice.
What a way to kick
up and over, not quite. Not quite. Both these men are probably very fatigued. SLADE Porter not quite able to get all of that clothesline.
One has to wonder if the weather is playing factor into this. There's a lot that goes into a wrestling match, and you're not prepared for it to be in the lower 40s.
Well, as you can probably tell, the air is very thin right now. It makes it harder to breathe. The faster you go and the more your adrenaline gets pumping, the more oxygen you have to take into your lungs. So I'd imagine it's pretty hard for these competitors out here tonight. And this is just the beginning of the show.
What an impressive show of strength by PAPI D, able to clothesline SLADE Porter into the ring. Now he's going for something else.
Slingboard into the ring. PAPI D might have hurt himself there on that one.
Both of these men down. What is it going to take to get the victory in our opening contest tonight and move on in this tournament?
Referee making the count. Up to 2 right now. Both men fighting to get back to their feet. Right shot misses, and a slap to the face of SLADE Porter. Blocks the shot again. Now an elbow and a chop. SLADE Porter with the push off. Up and over.
Whoa! Athleticism right there by PAPI D, and he's going up again, getting a little love from the crowd.
Too much. This crowd is electric. I was not expecting this when I stepped inside this building tonight. Knee to the face. Porter takes it. PAPI D going up to the top. High risk. And a nice splash cross body right there.
He's got to cover him. He's got to cover him.
Procrastination is the death of, well, I forgot what I was doing.
Makes sense.
What is PAPI D thinking right here? Nelson. He's got him in the PAPI lock, spinning him around.
Whoa! Brandon, I'm getting dizzy here.
I think PAPI D needs to learn to take it easy.
I don't know if he's going to take it easy on SLADE Porter tonight. He's lining him up.
Oh, wait. SLADE Porter just kind of passed out right there.
Or was that a veteran maneuver by SLADE Porter?
It might be.
The ring awareness to get out of the ring, reset, recharge, make sure you've got your bearings. Either way, I think it worked out in SLADE Porter's favor.
Look at the face of SLADE Porter right now, looking like he wants to puke after being spun around like a small child.
PAPI D get out of the ring, chase it after SLADE Porter.
Not a lot of room here for failure. Capacity crowd underneath this banister of Tanner's Lakeside. A lot of people here watching the show.
And a knockout shot by PAPI D, but SLADE's back out of the ring.
PAPI D thinking something. PAPI D just talking that trash and backing it up. He's got the pineapple in hand. SLADE Porter has a, well, irrational fear of pineapples because his mom had this really weird addiction that we won't go into too much detail about, but we'll let SLADE Porter tell you in a later interview.
So SLADE does not want pineapple on pizza is what you're telling me?
No, he does not want pineapple on pizza, or, you know, he doesn't want to go to the playground anywhere near the swings or anything.
Gotcha.
SLADE Porter back into the ring. PAPI D just grabbing that knee. Real mechanic work here by SLADE Porter, just picking an appendage and working on it.
And don't underestimate SLADE Porter, folks. Not only is he an incredible private investigator, he is a true technician in that ring.
Absolutely. He's one of the people I have recently talked about that I refer to as a mechanic of professional wrestling. One of those people who can just pinpoint something, attack it, go for it, and possibly even end the match fairly quickly. Some people have a lot more resilience than others, but nonetheless, PAPI D in danger here.
SLADE going right back to that leg.
Listen to the screams.
Brandon, it might look like SLADE has something in his hands.
I don't see nothing. Like, shoot. I don't see nothing.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's the magnifying glass.
What? Where? Never. SLADE Porter would never. See?
You might need that with how cold it is out here.
Yep. Yep.
1-2.
This match brought to you by Blue Chew. Oh! Patella punch.
A punch right to that injured knee of PAPI D.
What a perfect placement and perfect timing. Again, a mechanic of professional wrestling. This man spent time working on the legs of PAPI D only to nail that patella punch. Now going for that modified figure four. This could be it for PAPI D's career. He can take his pineapple and go home if he taps out here, because that'll be the end of his fight for the MWO Men's Championship. SLADE Porter will advance if PAPI D taps out. PAPI D showing some resiliency here, though.
But how much more can he take? That knee has been taking damage all night long.
I don't know, man. I hit my knee on a coffee table once, and that was the end of me for about a month. So how this man can consistently take a beat down on those ligaments and still get up to fight. PAPI D reaching for that pineapple.
He's got the rope. SLADE Porter's got to the count of 5. Let it go.
SLADE Porter definitely not wanting to get disqualified here. And mess up his chance for advancement in the MWO tournament. Pushes. What? Wait, whoa, 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 whoa! Did you see that? 1, 2, 3. PAPI D advances in the MWO tournament. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brandon Cory Alexander. This is Dr. Aaron Christopher. We'll be right back with more in just a few moments.